Paris, the city famous for romance and beauty, is getting ready for one of the biggest events in the world, the 2024 Summer Olympics. With millions of visitors expected, Paris is transforming into a grand stage for sports and culture. But is the city ready for this huge challenge? Let's explore how Paris is preparing, the hurdles it faces, and what this spectacular event will mean for the city. Join me as we uncover the exciting journey to Paris 2024. Today we'll explore Paris's ambitious preparations for the Olympics, the challenges it encounters, and the event's potential impact. In 2017, Paris vied with Hamburg, Budapest, Rome, and Los Angeles for the chance to host the 2024 Olympics. Following a public vote, Hamburg dropped out, and Rome soon followed due to financial issues. After a successful opposition petition, Budapest also withdrew. This left Paris and Los Angeles as the final contenders. The two cities then negotiated which would host in 2024 and which in 2028. Paris was eager to avoid a 4-year delay, while Los Angeles was more amenable to waiting. Consequently, Los Angeles will host the 2028 Games, and Paris will host the 2024 Games. Paris will host the 2024 Olympics, followed by Los Angeles in 2028. This isn't Paris's first time hosting the Olympics. It first did so in 1900, becoming the site of the second ever modern Olympics and the first to allow female participants. The city also hosted the Games exactly 100 years ago when the concept of the athletes' village was introduced, a tradition that continues today. This upcoming event will set several new records. It will be the first Olympics to feature gender-equal athlete selection, be completely carbon neutral, and include breakdancing. Additionally, with a budget of $9.5 billion, these games are projected to be among the most cost-effective of the century, though this might seem surprising. Although the budget has surpassed initial estimates by over $2 billion, it is reportedly still managed well. This is particularly clear when comparing it to past events. For instance, the 2012 London Olympics saw more than 6,000 budget adjustments, which raised the initial $3 billion estimate to $11 billion. In contrast, the current budget has only needed around 300 changes, demonstrating greater stability. The stability of the budget can be attributed to Paris's distinctive approach to venue selection for the Olympics. Most of the events will be held in either existing venues or temporary setups, which minimizes the need for new construction and aligns with the goal of carbon neutrality. This method also showcases Paris's stunning landmarks. In central Paris, both renowned stadiums and historic sites will play a role. For instance, the Parc des Princes Stadium and Stade Roland Garros will host football, boxing, and tennis events. Additionally, temporary venues will be installed at various historic locations across the city. Let's explore some of these notable sites. The fencing and taekwondo competitions will take place at the Grand Palais, a historic site and museum complex from 1900 that has previously hosted the World Fencing Championships. The archery and athletics events will be held at the Les Invalides complex, known for its military history museums and Napoleon Bonaparte's tomb. The Eiffel Tower will feature a temporary arena at its base for beach volleyball. Nearby, the Gardens of the Trocadero will host the opening ceremony. Additionally, renowned squares like La Concorde will serve as venues, and some historical bridges will be used for events such as cycling and the triathlon. As we venture beyond central Paris into the Île-de-France region, we'll encounter several impressive venues. The massive Stade Pierre-Mauroy will host rugby, athletics, and the closing ceremony. The renowned Palace of Versailles will serve as a temporary venue in its beautiful gardens, hosting equestrian events and the modern pentathlon. To the north, 2 new permanent venues have been built. The Paris Cefale Arena, under construction since 2020, will accommodate 8,000 spectators and host badminton and gymnastics instead of the originally planned basketball. The Paris Aquatic Center, which started construction in 2017, will feature facilities for diving, water polo, and artistic swimming. It will seat 6,000 during the Olympics, but will be scaled down to about 2,000 afterwards. Shifting focus from Paris, let's briefly explore the other venues across France. Major football cities like Lyon and Marseille will host the football matches due to their large, purpose-built stadiums. Marseille Stadium, with its striking roof, and the state-of-the-art Lyon Stadium will both be used. Additionally, sailing events will take place at Marseille's Marina, known for its maritime activities. Uniquely, there's also a venue on the opposite side of the globe, in Tahiti. As part of the French Polynesia, it is considered French territory, allowing the organizers to host the surfing competitions on its exceptional local waves. Most of the venues for the Paris 2024 Olympics will be ready with only minor tweaks. However, Paris is undertaking several major projects to prepare for the Games. The largest project is the new Olympic Village, a significant departure from the temporary wooden huts used in 1924. This time, Paris is investing in a substantial urban development. The village will span 70 soccer fields, primarily in Saint-Denis, just north of central Paris. It will house all 14,000 athletes, who will be within 30 minutes of most venues, and will include all necessary facilities. Saint-Denis was chosen not only for its proximity, but also to address its long-standing issues with crime and socioeconomic challenges. The village is intended to improve the area and will be converted into residential housing for 6,000 people after the Olympics. The project was planned to be completed by late 2023, but there has been no recent update on its status. Another significant project underway involves the Seine, Paris's main river. The river will play a central role in the opening ceremony, featuring a large boat parade and offering views from both banks. It will also host the swimming marathon and part of the triathlon, similar to the 1900 Olympics. However, swimming in the Seine has been banned since 1923 due to pollution, largely from untreated water waste. In 2022 alone, 1.9 million cubic meters of wastewater were discharged into the river, which is equivalent to 500 Olympic-sized pools. Despite a 90% reduction in pollution over the past 20 years, the water remains unsafe for swimming due to high bacteria levels. To address this, organizers are building a massive underground rainwater tank near Gare d'Austerlitz. This tank will collect and treat polluted rainwater, easing the burden on the old sewer system and preventing untreated wastewater from entering the river. The $1.5 billion project aims to ensure the water quality is safe for the Olympics. However, there's no backup plan if heavy rains overwhelm the system during the event, potentially delaying swimming competitions. Let's hope for favorable weather conditions. River pollution isn't the only challenge Paris faces for the Olympics. The city is also contending with two major issues that could significantly impact the Games. The foremost concern is security, particularly the threat of terrorism. Despite heightened vigilance since the 2015 attacks, the scale of this event presents unique risks. With an estimated 15.3 million visitors, including 600,000 for the opening ceremony alone, Paris's current population of 2.2 million will be vastly outnumbered. To manage security, around 20,000 agents will be deployed daily, supplemented by 30,000 additional police officers and soldiers. Traffic will be heavily restricted on the first day, with some metro stations closed throughout the event and airports shut down on the day of the opening ceremony. Another significant concern is infrastructure. With the expected surge in visitors, there is worry about how the city's traffic will cope, particularly since public transportation is already overwhelmed during peak hours. Authorities initially relied on the Grand Paris Express project to alleviate congestion. This large-scale initiative aims to modernize the city's transit system with new metro lines. However, due to construction delays, most of the project won't be completed on time, except for extensions to Line 14. Consequently, the authorities are encouraging alternative transportation methods like walking and cycling. New bicycles and bike lanes have been introduced in preparation, though the effectiveness of this plan remains uncertain. Given the current circumstances, how successful is the event likely to be? Despite facing several challenges, preparations for the Olympics have proceeded relatively smoothly compared to past games. This is largely due to Paris's extensive experience with tourism, being one of the most visited cities globally. The event's long-term impact is expected to be largely positive. Although the Olympics are a temporary event, the benefits will extend well into the future due to the forward-thinking nature of this year's projects. Financially, the games are projected to be profitable, with a $2.6 billion public contribution to the $9.5 billion budget. Expected revenue is around $1.7 billion. Even with possible taxes and extra expenses, this represents a significant financial gain. Additionally, the event will showcase Paris's cultural richness to a global audience and unite people in celebration of the Olympics. And that concludes our video showcasing the world of luxury. If you enjoyed this content, please show your support by giving us a thumbs up. We appreciate you tuning in, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.